Alright, fellow citizens of the 7th universe, my name is Peoplezz, and welcome to another discussion video here on Dragon Ball Super. That's what we're going to be doing today. I don't do these that often, mostly because of the fact that a lot of people already do them. There are channels dedicated for this stuff, and I know for a fact that they know their information a little bit more than, say, for me at some parts. There's still instances that I think that, like, I know some more about Dragon Ball than some of those channels, but that's not something I'm going to be talking about today because I'd probably lose that argument. But anyways, I wanted to talk about a little thing that happened last episode. So for people who haven't seen the latest episode of Dragon Ball Super, if you are watching the channel and you don't know it and you don't want to know about it, I'd recommend to click off this video because there is going to be a humongous spoiler during this video. It's gonna be a big spoiler. So in the last episode, episode 100, and also episode 770 of all Dragon Ball, if I can remember clearly, I think it's episode 770 if you count all Dragon Ball including GT, but episode 100 of Dragon Ball Super, we got to see Kale versus Goku. I mean, at first they were facing Khalifa, which they're doing Super Saiyan 2 battles, and then Kale gets all upset and goes Broly mode and goes the legendary Super Saiyan. Now, we got to see them fight, and it's actually kind of like interesting, and I thought it was quite cool because how Broly used to be like Kakarot, Kakarot, and now Kale just keeps saying Son Goku, Son Goku. So there's like very, very similar things about this. It felt kind of weird because I remember when Vegeta first saw a legendary Super Saiyan, he absolutely, like, if you remember the Broly movie, he absolutely, like, pooped himself. He didn't want to do anything. He just, like, was, like, shocked and fear and everything. But now in this episode, when he sees this, he just tells Goku, hey, Kakarot, just a heads up, this, she seems a little bit more powerful than usual. She's going full power. You probably should, you know, be on your guard. That's it. Like, there's nothing else. Like, he doesn't freak out. He's not like, is that the legendary Super Saiyan? He doesn't do anything like that. But Goku goes after Kale as a Super Saiyan 2. Now, we don't know just, like, how powerful Super Saiyan 2 Goku is, because I don't think he's anywhere close to his full power in Super Saiyan 2. He was fighting Kale, and Kale gave no craps. Absolutely no craps. Like, literally, she looked at him, had a boot in her face, and she just grabbed the boot and flung him around like 17 times. Goku literally could not do anything to Kale. Also, on top of it, Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue and does a pretty powerful Kamehameha right in Kale's face. Kale, once again, does not care. She literally walks through it and then just grabs his head and just chucks him. That's exactly what he does. I found that to be, like, that was just very, very, it just brought back a lot of memories from the previous Broly movies, where Goku literally tried doing a full power Kamehameha into Broly's face, and Broly just grabbed his head. Like, that's exactly what happened inside of this last Super video. And what it's coming down to is, I wanted to talk about it because people then started making discussions on Twitter and YouTube and all that stuff. Legendary Super Saiyan versus Super Saiyan Blue. Now, how do you think Super Saiyan Blue is compared to Legendary Super Saiyan? Did Legendary Super Saiyan just get a humongous buff, or did Super Saiyan Blue get an enormous debuff? Now, in the past couple of episodes, past like 15 episodes or so, we've seen Goku go Super Saiyan Blue against Android 17, against Gohan, and as well against Krillin. Yeah, Krillin. And Krillin was able to fight back. Yeah. So, looking at it, obviously people are making the fight saying that Super Saiyan Blue is literally not that powerful. Like, everybody is trying to, like, fight and saying Super Saiyan Blue is not powerful enough. We were speculated saying that God form was really, really good, but it's terrible because all of these, like, normal characters that used to, like, never come into comparison to Goku now all of a sudden can do stuff. So people have been speculating saying that Super Saiyan Blue is literal trash. In my case, I don't believe that's so. As you can see from a lot of different fights, Goku literally doesn't try that much anymore. He doesn't try. There's only been a few instances he's actually tried. I mean, that's just his Saiyan mentality that he's been doing in Super. In Super, there's only certain instances he actually goes full power. I mean, he goes full power against Zama's. That's the thing. He goes full power against Hit, like in the tournament. I don't think in the fight between him and Hit, he actually goes full power. I think he kind of just, like, not really plays with him, but he's more of like a technical side. He doesn't actually go full power. He just tries to learn about everything, about the fighter, and then capitalizes on the weaknesses. That's what he does. He doesn't have to go full power against that. So we didn't see his full power there. We also saw, but we did see some full power. Well, we can just imagine he went full power against Gohan. When Gohan told him to go full power, we could just imagine that he went full power against Gohan, because he went like the Super Kaioken times 10. So we're just assuming that. Now, Super Saiyan Blue now seemed kind of weak, but I really don't think it's as weak as people say it is, because even though that he's in a Super Saiyan form, it doesn't mean that he's going all out every single freaking attack. Not saying like how Vegeta does it, where Vegeta just does like swift moves, or he does this like Ki Blast Barrage, where he just spams Ki Blast at full power and then complains why things haven't fallen over when that was his full power. That's just a Vegeta thing. Goku doesn't do that. Now, I think that if it was Kale versus Vegeta, I believe Vegeta would have actually done way more than what than what Goku would ever do, because Goku wanted to like test it and see just how powerful Kale really was. So doing like a Kamehameha to Kale, I don't know how much power that is. I'm gonna speculate that was about 60. I'm gonna guess it was about 60%, because at first he did the Kamehameha, she didn't do anything to it, and she just kept walking, and then Goku's like, what the crap, and then did a stronger, then started screaming and, like, did a stronger blast. So, I believe it went from, like, a 40 to 50 to 60% power, in my opinion, and then Kale just walked through and grabbed his head and ripped his hair off, and then just chucked him like a freaking dirty washcloth, for crying out loud. And so it's a lot, like a lot happened in that episode, but Super Saiyan Blue, I don't believe is weaker or has been hindered to a legendary Super Saiyan, but at the same time, this brings out that legendary Super Saiyan is much more powerful on Kale than it ever was on Broly. And I'm not counting, like, I'm not going to go ahead and count, like, the Super Saiyan 3 Broly, the Super Saiyan 4 Broly, and the newly announced Super Saiyan God Broly, because that stuff is, like, that's just a 4D movie, and the rest of it is, like, Dragon Ball Heroes, so I'm not even going to go ahead and touch that. I'm just going to touch on, like, the movies that we get here in the Americas, and I'm not going to touch on, like, God Form Broly, unless that becomes canon where Kale goes God Form, then all of a sudden I will count that, but I'm not going to count that, because that's just a silly little movie that we're never going to be able to see because it's only in Japan. So did Legendary Super Saiyan just get an enormous buff compared to Super Saiyan Blue's enormous debuff? I don't think Super Saiyan Blue got a debuff, but I think Legendary Super Saiyan got an enormous buff. Now, because at the same time, Goku was Super Saiyan 2 against a Legendary Super Saiyan, and a Legendary Super Saiyan did not care that he was Super Saiyan 2. Then he went Super Saiyan Blue, and he did not care. So, I think Legendary Super Saiyan just got an enormous buff, which is really freaking cool, because I've always been a fan of the Legendary Super Saiyan, just because I like the green hair. I like the blonde hairs and the blue hairs, but like I like the different hairs, like the rose and legendary aura. Because I mean, when it comes to games, I always try my best to have a green aura because of the legendary Super Saiyan aura. I think it looks cool. Also because Broly is just, it's just awesome. He's just freaking great. So, but I think on that note, everybody, I'm just gonna throw in my last, the last, like conclusion here. Legendary Super Saiyan, much stronger than we have ever anticipated. I think Kale could destroy Broly right now. But when it comes to Super Saiyan Blue's debuff, Goku doesn't have to try to fight these guys. He doesn't ever try. There's only some instances where he thinks things are bad that he actually goes full out. So Super Saiyan Blue, he's probably just like, you know, he's just in the aura right now. He's just like, I have the hairstyle. I just have a much better power boost. That's pretty much it. So I don't think Super Saiyan Blue got a debuff, but I think Legendary Super Saiyan got an enormous buff. So I think on that note, everybody, I'm going to end this little video here. So I want to say thank you guys for joining me once again. Do you like these kinds of videos? Let me know down in the comments below, because I'm more than willing to go ahead and talk about discussion stuff. I don't do enough discussions on Dragon Ball on this channel, and I do strict Dragon Ball stuff most of the time. So, like, honestly, honestly, I should be doing a little bit more of these to talk about the latest episodes and stuff. So let me know down in the comments below what you think. If you want me to continue making these videos, I am more than willing to go ahead and try to debunk Dragon Ball Super as much as I can. And maybe we can have, like, more people, like, I could do discussions with other people on this. I think it'd be actually kind of cool on all that stuff. And it's a little bit of change than just playing, like, the silly games that I always play. So, yeah, on that note, everybody, I think I'm going to say thank you guys for joining me once again. And I will be seeing you later.